didn't think I'd run out of weird intros this early. Oh, another video for Deadzone Escalation, and today we'll be looking at the G.C.P.S, the Global Cooperation Prosperity Sphere. I think that's what it stands for. So the G.C.P.S are the human forces of the Council of Seven, which, as I've talked about in the Enforcer video, the G.C.P.S, the Council of Seven, are mega corporations that are clubbed together, which is not usually what corporations do unless they're being bought out by each other, but whatever. They club together to effectively run galaxies, maybe universes I suppose, and basically try and get as much money out of people and try to make things go how corporations go. The G.C.P.S gets sent in when the normal security forces, police and whatnot ain't good enough, or if they want a lot of troops going into a dead zone. If it gets too messy, the enforcers come in. But the G.C.P.S used to have marauders, which were orcs, goblins, hulks, that sort of thing, working within them, until a thing called the Molakarin, I think it's. I'll get it right. I'll get it right in the Marauder video. The uprising that was basically the Marauders going, hang on, we've got all these weapons, we've got all this gear, why do we need the humans again? And basically turned on them and took a load of stuff, essentially. The G.C.P.S are all human now, no aliens whatsoever, and they are a really good fighting force. So, let's begin. So, starting with the leaders on page 67. Starting with the Corporation Marine Sergeant. 22 points, 2 victory points. Move 1-2, arm 1, size 1. Shooter 5, fighter 5, survivor 4. I thought it'd be a bit better, but it's a sergeant, so okay, whatever. Tactician 1, pistol, range 3, energy gauntlet, range F, knockback. Weapon options: leader, small arms light, brackets, assault. Recon 6+, and the splat is Overwatch. Spend an army special result when an enemy model moves into a cube containing an unactivated friendly model equipped with a weapon with the rapid fire ability. Most G.C.P.S models come as standard with a rapid weapon that's got rapid fire. A few don't, most do. The friendly model may take free shoot action with the weapon after the enemy model has moved, but prior to resolving the fight action initiated as part of the enemy's move action. The shoot action is not modified for clear shot, high ground or friendly fire, Deadzone rulebook page 20, but is still modified by any other bonuses or penalties, e.g. hollow sight or sniper scope. This army special cannot be played on a friendly model that is in the same cube as an enemy model, other than the model moving into the cube, and the free shoot action cannot be used to fire for effect. This kind of mitigates any obscurities, such as, can I use more than one splat if there's 2 models, or can I use more than one splat in one go? And the answer essentially is saying here is no. But what this splat means is, well, essentially what it says: an enemy comes moving in, you spend this splat, and then you get to shoot. It's possibly the best to use on snipers because sniper weapons are heavy, so it's going to hurt you if you don't kill them more if you don't at least land a wound. If you at least land a wound, you've got a little bit more chance. The Marine Sergeant isn't bad. He's the cheapest leader. That being said, you kind of need to give him a laser rifle at the very least. You could also give them a flamethrower, or you could give them a thermal rifle if you want. You can give them a shotgun. You can give them officer sword. You can give them a Gatling 340. You've got options, but I really would swap out the pistol. Maybe give them a rifle, which is 2 points, make them 24 points. I honestly would. At least they've got a gun that's got a bit of range on it. So next we have the Ranger Sergeant, 30 points, 3 victory points. Mover 1-2, Arm 1, Size 1. Shooter 4, Fighter 5, Survivor 4. Tactician 1, Aerial Deployment. Pistol range 3, Energy Gauntlet, range F, Knockback. Weapon options, Leader, Small Arms, Light, Brackets, Assault. So the weapon options are the same as the Corporation Marine Sergeant. Recon is 5+, which considering it's a Ranger I'd have thought it'd be 4+, but whatever, never mind. Splat is Eye in the Sky. Spend an Army Special Result on a command dice to reroll any number of dice when rolling to hit the target cube with an indirect weapon or a grenade during a shoot action. You may only use one Army Special Result per shoot action, which isn't bad. I've never personally seen Ranger Sergeants being used, but they ain't bad. Considering it's got aerial deployment, maybe giving a thermal rifle or a flamethrower wouldn't be a bad idea. If you give a thermal rifles, it's an extra 7 points and an extra victory point. It's going to make them a bit too expensive in my mind. I'd probably give them a flamethrower, make them 34 points, yes, but chances are you will be in range to burn people. I'd have thought it'd be Recon 4+, but that's just me. Lastly, for the leaders, there is the Major General. 30 points, 3 victory points. Move 1-2, Arm 1, Size 1. Shoot 4, Fighter 5, Survivor 5. Tactician 2. Pistol and Officer Sword, which is Range F, AP 1. Weapon options, Leader, Small Arms, Light, Brackets, All. Recon 5+. And the Splat is Drone Strike. Spend an Army Special Result on a command dice to allow the active model to take a special action to perform a Range 8 Indirect 2 attack. The weapon options for the Major General, all of the leader ones, you can give a Acrotech LR-AWP, which is essentially a sniper rifle. I don't know why it's not called that, but whatever. Heavy laser rifle, which is kind of like a sniper scope, but it's got AP instead of a sniper scope. You can have a marksman rifle, a laser carbine, thermal rifle, grenade launcher, flamethrower, shotgun, laser rifle. Probably give a maybe have a sniper rifle, because you're shooting on 4s. The problem with that though is 42 points and 4 victory points. That is quite expensive, but your survive is 5 and you shoot and you're fighting on 5s. So if you're letting the enemy get that close to your leader, either something's gone horribly wrong, they've got really quick models, or you've done something very wrong. But I have seen the Major General used most of all. Main reason being you've got Drone Strike, which, yes, it won't damage because it's only 2 dice, but the fact you're flinging enemy models here, there and everywhere, and they're getting pinned, and the off chance of them falling off a high wall or something, does make it really, really good. And it's Tactician 2, so you've got more chance of actually getting the Splat being used. So I would probably go for the Major General, but the Ranger Sergeant, or indeed the Marine Sergeant, aren't a bad choice either. You've got options. None of the leaders are bad in terms of the splats, the points costs, the victory point cost, or the abilities. Stats wise though, the Ranger Sergeant has it best because the survive and shoot are pretty good, and you've got aerial deployment. The Major General is a good support option, as is the Marine Sergeant, but I'd probably go for the Major General because a bit better in my opinion. So that's it for the leaders. Next we have the troops. There's only 3, found on page 68. You start with, basically for the G.C.P.S, the troops start going from really bad, average, slightly good. So starting with really bad, we have the Corporation Recruit. 6 points, 1 victory point. Move of 1-2, no armour, size 1. Shoot of 6, fight of 7, survive of 5. Laser rifle, which is range 6 and rapid fire. Weapon options, none. So the Corporation Recruit is dirt cheap, and that's what you use them for. Dirt cheap, have a lot of them to maybe just have the numbers, or to unlock a lot of specialists and maybe a lot of striders, because this is potentially a force you can get 3 striders in really easily in a 150 point force. Well, maybe 2 striders in 150. 200 you would definitely get 3 striders in, no problem. So next we have the Corporation Marine. 8 points, 1 victory point. Move of 1-2, no armour, size 1. Shoot of 5, fight of 6, survive of 5. Laser rifle, range 6, rapid fire. Weapon options, small arms. You can give them a shotgun if you really want. I wouldn't. The Corporation Marine, still good for the numbers. Anything under 10 points is really good for having a horde force where you have a lot of them. 6 points, 8 points. It depends what you want. Do you want something that's really cheap that maybe will do something, or do you want something that's slightly more that on 5s will actually shoot something? So next we have the Corporation Veteran. 11 points, 1 victory point. Move 1-2, no armour, size 1. Shoot, fight and survive, 5+. Laser carbine, range 6, rapid fire, weight fire 1. And weapon options, small arms. Not many people bother with the veterans. Main reason being is they are 11 points, and stat wise, you look at the Marauder Commando and it's only a 1 point more for a better survive stat. I mean, I'll just look at the Marauder Commando. 1 point more for better survive. It depends what you want. It depends what you want. They are the weakest because the other 2, they really just do it. They just really do the job of being cheap and letting you have better stuff from every other model way quicker and way better. So yeah, either go for the Recruit or Marine. Don't bother with the Veteran. It's way too expensive, I think. So that's it for the troops. Next we have the specialists, starting on page 69. 69. So starting with the Marine Specialist. The Marine Specialist is basically a Corporation Marine, but the abilities are different and the weapon options are different. So it has Hacker, which is good for the objectives that use terminals. Weapon options, small arms, light, brackets, assault, explosive marksman, sniper, recon. So weapon options for the Marine Specialist, you have the flamethrower, you have the shotgun, you have the grenade launcher, you have the flamethrower, you have the laser thermal rifle, you have the laser carbine, you have the marksman rifle, you have the heavy laser rifle, you have the accrued tech, So you've got options there. You can have a marine sniper, you can have a marine with a flamethrower, you can have grenade launchers. It depends what you want to give them. Probably best bit are snipers, sniper rifles, grenade launchers, the crew tech, the grenade launcher. Really, your best options. Reason being, the grenade launcher blow people up with grenades, or the crew tech because it's sniper rifle. So you got 5 dives and a shoot action. So yeah. Next we have the Corporation Engineer. Same stats and move, armor and size as a Corporation Marine, but a lot of stuff's different in this regards. 9 points instead of 8, 1 victory point, has a laser rifle which is range 6 rapid fire, has engineer and hacker, and weapon options small arms. Could give a shotgun if you want. That might be useful because of the ability to go in scenarios where you use terminals for objectives. Other than that though, you are there to take sentry guns or to disarm booby traps. Other than that, I'm not seeing much use in a Corporation Engineer. That's just me, but if you just put in the comments below if you think engineers are useful. But we'll see. We'll see. So next is the Ranger. 16 points, 2 victory points. Mover 1-2, armor 1, size 1. Shoot, fight and survive of 5. Aerial deployment. Laser rifle, which is range 6 rapid fire. Weapon options, small arms, light, brackets, assault, marksman, sniper. So you can give them flamethrowers, you can give them thermal rifles, you can give them the crew tech, you can give them the heavy laser rifle, you can give them the laser carbine if you want. Laser carbine, yeah, you can give them the marksman rifle if you want. You've got options. You really got options. Because of aerial deployment, maybe take a crew tech because of the sniper scope, or if you want something a bit lighter, maybe go for the marksman rifle. It's going to make them a bit expensive, but I reckon they're probably your best options, to be honest. So next we have the Corporation Medbot. You find him in Dreadball actually. 18 points, 1 victory point. Move 1-2, armor 0, size 1. Shoot, fight, dash, survive 5. Construct and medic, has a defender shield. That's your lot. Not bad, not bad. Surviving on 5s is its probable downside, and 18 points you get 3 Corporation recruits for that, or 2 Marine specialists, and then 2 points left over to put somewhere else. So it depends what you want, but we'll come back to the Medbot in a minute. Corporation Medic. 11 points, 1 victory point. Move 1-2, armor 0, size 1. Shoot 5, fight 6, survive 5. Medic is the ability, and a pistol, range 3, weapon options, small arms. So the Corporation Medic is 7 points cheaper than a Medbot, which you could get another recruit for that. He's also got a pistol, which could take a laser rifle if you essentially want the medic to shoot, which on 5s is plausible. They both got medic, and the Medbot has got a defender shield, so all other models in the same cube get +1 armor. If you're doing a Ranger Heavy Force, the Medbot isn't a bad idea. But if you're not doing a Ranger Heavy Force, maybe take the Medic, because at least the Medic can heal you and has got resistance 1, and you can have another trooper or a Marine Specialist if you want. Next we have the Heavy Weapons Squad. 12 points, 1 victory point. Mover 1-2, arm 1, size 3. Shooter 5, fighter 6, survivor 5. Weapon team is the ability. Laser rifle, range 6 rapid fire, and the weapon options heavy, cruise served weapons. So you can take a missile launcher, a mortar, a laser cannon, or an autocannon. Essentially, it's just a case of what do you want. Do you want a missile launcher which has frag ability? Do you want a laser cannon which is anti-armor capability? Do you want a mortar which is an indirect weapon, range 8, so you've got an option of hiding the weapon team in a corner and popping grenades off all over the place? Do you want an autocannon which it's got a little bit short range, range 6, but you can suppress people, and it's 4 points, no extra victory points? I probably wouldn't take the laser cannon, to be honest. Main reason being is that you've got all the stuff that can dent armour, mainly the Strider, but granted that's a lot more points. So I mean, laser cannon makes some 20 points and 2 victory points. Maybe actually. None of them's a bad option actually. It depends what you want, essentially. It depends what you want. Another option that I think could be quite funny is just don't take any weapons. Just leave them bog standard. You are 4 points more than a normal Marine, but that's because you've got twice as much health. You're just running around just with a normal laser rifle. It's going to be quite funny to see how much firepower your opponent's going to pour into you when you see just a weapons team just taking objectives and not firing heavy weapons. But most people will take the heavy weapons because that's kind of what they're there to do. So the next 2 specialists, which are the last specialists, are all living legends, which means you can only take 1 of each per force. You can't give them any items. They are what they are. So first is Major Lauren Chard. 30 points, 3 victory points, move of 1-2, arm 1, size 1. Shooter 4, fighter 5, survivor 5, tactician 1, has a frontiersman 340, range 4, rapid fire, weight fire 1. Nah, absolutely not. She's really rubbish. She shoots on fours, but the weapon's only for range 4. It's got no AP, it's got rapid fire and weight fire 1, yay I suppose. The tactician 1, fine if you want I suppose, but anything other than that, yeah, no. Just no. Just hard no from me. So next we have Commander Rocker. 43 points, 4 victory points. The most expensive model in the entire G.C.P.S. force. Move 1-2, arm 1, size 1. Shooter 4, fighter 5, survivor 4. Tactician 2, scout. LSX sniper rifle, range 10 AP 1, heavy sniper scope. It's basically a G.C.P.S. sniper scope with AP. Has a pistol which is range 3 and has an energy gauntlet, range F knockback, and has a jump pack. Maybe. The problem with Rocker is he is eating up a lot of your points, but you are getting a pretty good sniper that's got armour, got good tactician, you've got scout so you can get where you want a lot quicker, you've got a pistol where you can shoot, you've got a chance to shoot before you have to use your sniper rifle, you've got jump pack so you can just drop off buildings with no problem. It's really good, but he is eating up a lot of points. Maybe is all I'd say. I wouldn't say yes. So that's it for the specialists. Finally, we have the vehicles. There's only one on page 72. It is the Corporation Strider. 30 points, 3 victory points. Move of 1-2, armor 3, size 4. Shooter 5, fighter 5, survivor 5. Beast construct solid and weapon options, hard points 2, walker, brackets Hall, support brackets Walker. So what you can take are shoulder rockets, smoke launchers, aggressor shield, grav ram spear, heavy burst laser, assault flamer, chainsaw, and Polaris cannon. The Polaris cannon and the heavy burst laser take up both hard points. The smoke launchers and the shoulder rockets do not take up any hard points, so you could take both of them at the fort. I might be wrong on that, but because it's a ranged weapon, you could probably take one or the other of the shoulder mounted weapons, I suppose. Strider's good. End off. In 150 points, if you like Striders, you can fit 2 in, because if you give them the heaviest range weapons, grav ram spears 12, heavy burst lasers 8, and the Polaris cannon is 10. It's a basic case of, do you want a good grav ram spear? Do you want a dedicated ranged and grenade launcher? Sorry, a close combat and grenade launch weapon. Heavy burst laser, do you want a dedicated suppression weapon? And Polaris cannon, do you want a heavy destroy armor weapon? So you sent. Let's consider the Polaris cannon for both Striders. You're looking at 40 points, so that's 80 for 2. And take your leader, I don't know, the Major General, that's 30, so that's 110. So you've got, you need 6 troops, so take the Corporation Recruits. That is 36 points, so that is 144 points. You can give the Major General a weapon and spend a couple on items if you want, or just give the Major General a weapon. Maybe the Frontiersman 340 or laser rifle, perhaps. Probably laser rifle, because it's just basically Frontier Gatling with a bit of range on it. Yeah, so that's how you do that. But in a 200 point force, extra 18 points for 3 recruits, take another Strider. So that's 146, 186. Oh yeah, you'd be a bit too much, so you'd probably have to drop 2 Polaris cannons and take 2 heavy burst lasers, which their suppression and weight fire 2. That's not bad. That's not bad going. Yeah, why not? I like this. I like Striders. Like the model. Like the weapons. I just think they're really good. And all Corporation G.C.P.S forces should have at least one. Okay, next we have the items and weapons. So items on page 72. Ammo is 2 points. AP ammo is 4. Comlinks are 4. Frag grenades are 6. Medpacks are 4. Mono wheel scout bikes are 5. Sentry guns are 8. Smoke grenades are 3. Stun grenades are 4. Thermal mines are 4. And trip mines are 6. So the weapon options, well, the weapons should I say, pistol is 1 point and doesn't take up weapon slots, so you can take a pistol and maybe a sniper rifle or something along them lines. Laser rifle is 2 points, sorry, the pistol is range 3. The laser rifle 2 points, range 6 rapid fire. The shotgun 1 point, range 2 knockback. Flamethrower 4 points, range 2 volatile, it burns, it really does. Grenade launcher is 8 points, an extra 1 victory point, range 5 indirect 3, really nice. Thermal rifle 7 points, 1 victory point, range 4 AP 2. Laser rifle range 4 points, range 6 weight of fire, rapid fire 1. Marksman rifle 8 points, 1 victory point, range 8 hollow sight. Heavy laser rifle 6 points, 1 victory point, range 10 AP 1 heavy. Crew tech 12 points, 1 victory point, range 10 sniper scope heavy. Auto cannon 4 points, range 6 suppression heavy, weight fire 1. Laser rifle 8 points, 1 victory point, range Yeah, 8 points, 1 victory point, range 8, AP 3 heavy. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, laser cannon. Yeah, laser cannon. Excuse me there. Missile launcher, 10 points, 1 victory point, range 8, AP 1, frag 3 heavy. Mortar, 12 points, 2 victory points, range 8, indirect 4 heavy. Polaris cannon, range 10 points, 1 victory point, range 10, AP 4. Chainsaw, 8 points, 1 victory point, range F, AP 2, frenzy 1. Salt flamer, 6 points, range 2, AP 1, volatile, it burns. Heavy burst laser, 8 points, 1 victory point, range 10, weight suppression, weight fire 2. Gravram spear, 12 points, 1 victory point, range F, AP 2, and range 4, AP 2, frag 3. Aggressor shield, range 8, AP 1. Sorry, range 8, 1 victory point, and walker shield, which gives the walker +1 armour. Shoulder rockets, 6 points, range 3, 1 use, frag 3, grenade. Smoke launchers, 3 points, range 3, 1 use, smoke, grenade. Energy gauntlet, range 5, 5 points, range F, knockback. Officer sword, 5 points, range F, AP 1. And the Gatling, 340 frontiersman, 4 points, range 4, weight fire 1, and rapid fire. So the G.C.P.S, they are obviously a shooting force. The only thing that could dare get into combat is the Corporation Strider if you take chainsaws and Gravram spears, or maybe a Gravram spear and aggressor shield. Extra 20 points making it 50, which is quite expensive, but it's quite durable. They are really not a close combat force. If you put them in close combat, you are asking for it. I would honestly suggest either going in heavy on big numbers, or taking few numbers and a few striders, quite a few striders, or going with a lot of weapons teams and a few others dotting about. The weapons teams maybe should have mortars, in my experience, fighting them. Or maybe take a whole Ranger force, having them drop down with the aerial deployment. That'd be really cool. You have options, but just don't give them any close combat weapons. They will regret it, and you will as well. Your opponent won't. Your opponent will encourage you to take close combat weapons. But yeah, that's it for the G.C.P.S. Goodbye for now.